Hey guys, this is HK, and today we're going to be talking about basic defensive rotations and strategies. Has this ever happened to you where both you and your teammate are rotating back and you're not exactly sure who should be going for the ball, so you end up double committing? Or does this happen to look familiar? Well, if you've been in one of these situations before, then this is exactly what we're going to talk about today. Now, I don't think anything should ever be set in stone with Rocket League being such a dynamic game, but it is always good to have a go-to strategy that you can deviate from as necessary. So, diving right into the basic strategy. When positioning yourself for defense, you're going to want one player next to the far post, which is the furthest post away from the ball, and then you're going to want one player covering the near post. To make things easier, let's call the near post player the challenger, and the far post player the defender/receiver. The main goal of our challenger is going to be to want to put pressure on our attacking player. So the reason we position ourselves this way is so that regardless if we win or lose this challenge, we have a very high chance of taking possession of the ball, or in general, getting an easy clear. Because when we do a 50 in the corner, if we get it past him, then let's consider that a win. But if he gets it past us, that's usually a loss. But even if the ball loses, what's going to happen is it's going to go around the corner, and the first player to the losing challenge is actually still going to be your receiver. So he essentially receives the ball, regardless on a win or loss on a 50. And essentially, a lot of times, even if your challenger completely whiffs or fakes and just makes a big rotation back to the far post, the attacking player has to separate himself from the ball in order to get it around your challenger. So during this separation is when your receiver or defender can go and take control of the ball or get a good clear. Looking at a quick example here, you can see that even though the attacking player got it around our first defender, with proper spacing, the separation between the attacker and the ball will allow our second player to get an easy hit on the ball. Alright, next up, let's talk about rotations so that we can avoid confusion and avoid our teammates. One of the biggest problems with bad rotation on defense is knowing when you're able to go in without causing a double commit, or knowing when a teammate is ready to rotate out. Taking another look at the clip before, you can see that you also run a risk of trying to figure out how to get around your teammate without bumping into them. So how do we avoid this? The answer is far post rotates. When rotating from challenger to defender after your play, instead of going directly to position number 2, so say you challenge like this, instead of rotating back this way and going directly to position number 2, try going around the field in front of your goal so that your teammate can have a clear shot at the ball and can easily understand that it's their turn to go into the play. Furthermore, if you rotate directly from 1 to 2, you're going to be turned the wrong way when the ball comes your way. Say your teammate is now the new challenger and then he loses his 50 against their teammate. What's going to happen is the ball is going to come this way and now you're facing the wrong way. So far post rotate can do many things for you on defense. It can let your teammate know he's ready to go in. You can grab all the pennies in this area and always be facing the right way when it's your turn again to hit the ball. Here's a quick example of what that looks like. As you can see, after the rotate, you're back on position 1 and 2, and everyone's facing the correct way. We can take a look again real quick from your teammate's perspective, just so that you can see exactly what it looks like. Here you can see from his perspective that it's very obvious that no matter how he wants to approach this ball, he doesn't have to worry about me. He doesn't have to worry about me going for it again based on my angle. I'm flipping towards the far post right now, and he can easily tell that there's no way that he ever has to worry about bumping me or anything and avoiding me when coming into the play. The last topic for today is talking about rotating from offense to defense, or just rotating back in general. How do we know who is supposed to go to which position? When rotating back, the general rule of thumb is whoever is closest to the far post will actually become the number 1 player, the challenger. This is because they'll have a better angle at becoming the challenger. Even though, as you can see here, Sticks is very close to the ball, when the attacker pushes the ball this way, Sticks is going to easily be able to get a hit or challenge it, but the challenge is unfortunately not going to be that meaningful, because even if he hits it hard, it might just bounce midfield for the other enemy to attack it. So instead, when rotating back, the general rule of thumb is to actually both players rotate towards the far post, like so. And then, since Buzz will get there first, he's actually going to keep going and then go towards the number 1 position, while Sticks will get towards the far post, probably taking maybe a wider angle, and then taking the number 2 position. Sorry, that got pretty messy there, so let me clean that up real quick. So I'll draw Buzz in red. He's gonna do something like this, and you don't have to go all the way back. It's just, if there's an understanding that you're gonna be first to the ball, as long as you can get yourself to the proper angle to have your nose facing the ball before you're challenging, that's perfectly fine. Alright, looking at another replay here, you're going to see that Sabertooth gets the ball over Poncho, and after the half flip, even though Poncho is closer to the ball, because he won't have a meaningful angle, Tusk is actually going to be the one to challenge this ball, following the rule that, not rule, but more guideline, that because Tusk is closer to the far post, right here, he's actually going to be able to generate a better angle, as you can see right here. Turns on the ball and boom. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I just hope that this was helpful to someone out there, and if it was, I would really appreciate either a like or a sub, just to let me know that you guys want to see more. And if you want to know more about far post rotates, Musty has an amazing video on them. I actually think it's one of my favorite Rocket League tutorials, period. So I'll definitely be leaving a link to that in the description below. And thanks again so much for watching, guys. I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.